Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
What's going on? We are live with MLB and NBA Saturdays. All right, so I think we have a lot to talk about today, so we'll just hop right into the MLB standings. Danny, hit us off with that NL East or the NL. I'm sorry.
National League Central, the Brewers and the Cardinals are tied for first. They are 58 and 48. Just like I knew, there's still a little ways, but I figured this series was going to come down to the stretch, the final couple weeks. Hold on, my screen froze for a second. The Pirates, they're 43 and 63. The Cubs, they're 42 and 63, and the Reds, they are 42 and 63 as well. In the East, the Mets are 67 and 39. The Braves are 64 and 43. They're 3.5 games back. The Phillies are 58 and 48. The Marlins are 48 and 58, and the Nationals are 36 and 72. In the NL West, the Dodgers 73 and 33, best record in the National League. Padres 61 and 48. They're 13 and a half back. Giants 51 and 55. Diamondbacks 47 and 58. And the Rockies 47 and 62.
I don't even know why I'm wearing the fucking shirt. What's the fucking point? I'm a loser in loser clothes. It hurts my feelings, man.
Well, you know,
Hey, we weren't last place all year. There was a week I remember we were like second to last, so I'm gonna hold on to that as a fucking victory.
within a 162 game season, no way.
All right, the American League. I'll start with the East. The Yankees 70 and 37. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10. Blue Jays 59 and 47. The Rays 57-49. The Orioles 55-51, and the Red Sox 54 and 54. The AL Central, the Twins 56 and 50. The White Sox 54 and 52. It looks like the White Sox they're coming.
Yeah, they've been playing better, but I think Minnesota's gonna hold on.
Well, then the White Sox better get to work to try to steal one of them fucking wild cards. The Guardians 54 and 52. The Royals 42 and 65. The Tigers 42 and 66. The Astros 70 and 38. They have a 12.5 game lead over the Mariners, who are 57 and 50. The Rangers 47 and 59. The Angels 45 and 61, and the Athletics 41 and 66.
Yep.
So those are the standings as we speak right now. So
Crazy, as bad and as horrible as Oakland is, and everything we've talked about, like with them and what they're doing, and they get no fan support at the stadium. It's a surprise to see they're not the worst team in baseball. I mean, they're not far off, but
yeah, they're not far off, but I mean, we've been talking about it for weeks. They had a fire sale for a reason. They wanted to restart essentially. Now I don't blame them for it. They probably got a lot of prospects. I mean, they made some deals at the deadline too to get themselves more prospects, right?
from what I covered, they might have made a move or two. I don't know. I didn't. I only covered the bigger deals, the bigger signings, trades.
All right, so you wanna all right, so tell us about the NL, the contenders, and what moves they made.
Well, the Padres, they acquired Josh Hader from Milwaukee in exchange. They traded their own closer, Taylor Rogers, Din- Dinelson Lamet, and two prospects. Atlanta, they extended Austin Riley to a 10-year deal, 212 million. The Phillies acquired Brandon Marsh from the Angels for a prospect, Logan O'Hop. Uh, Dodgers, they actually acquired Joey Gallo from the Yankees. They're gonna take a shot on him. Maybe change the scenery, different team. Maybe that wakes up his bat.
Well, did you see? They were talking about it on the Michael K show this week. So he came out and said that the booing was excessive, and it was just uncalled for. So they were like, well, what really happened to you? Were people screaming at you on the streets? People harassing you? And now he's never said that. He just said that the booing was excessive. Dude, you're in New York fucking city.
Right.
I don't care if you're playing wiffle ball. New York is a different market. You suck, they are gonna let you know that you suck.
Absolutely, 100%.
For,
Not on the yeah.
dude, I think Stanton's first at bat as a Yankee, he struck out. The entire stadium booed him. So it's like you can't come out here and be like, oh, woe is me. Fuck woe is me. Fucking hit the ball. I tried to defend you, you little cocksucker. I really did. I went back to last season, put it together this season out of 162 games, trying to give you some light, right? And you just continue to fucking swing a fucking paper towel holder at the fucking ball because you couldn't hit fucking water if you thought of a goddamn boat. Now, I do agree with you. Going to LA, the best team in baseball this year, right now. Different setting. I don't think LA fans are like New York fans in that aspect, unless it was basketball. Because then if it was basketball, they'll definitely tell you you suck.
He's gonna come over and have and not have the expectations like he had in New York. I'll tell you that. You know, and
Yeah.
sunny California. I'm not saying New York doesn't have its perks and it isn't nice or whatever, but I mean, sunny California. You know, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying he will, but I'm saying it's possible.
yeah, but LA is gonna at least tell him they're not gonna boo him, but they'll.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I
I
mean, they
mean,
already
not
know.
not at first. If they do get to booing him at some point, uh, honestly, it probably won't even take that long. I yeah.
But he's more of a bench piece for them too, so you may not see him so much anyway. All right, go ahead, continue, brother.
The Phillies, they acquired David Robertson from the Cubs. The Braves, they traded their left-handed relief pitcher to the Astros for Jake Odorizzi. They Braves also acquired Robbie Grossman from Detroit.
Yeah,
The
he's
Cardinal,
playing today.
yeah. Same with Odorizzi. The Cardinals acquired left-handed pitcher Jose Quintana and right-handed pitcher Chris Stratton from the Pirates. Phillies acquired Noah Syndergaard, and I believe in his first start he got lit up.
Yeah, he did. He just doesn't have the velocity he used to when he
No.
was with the Mets.
The Phillies they acquired Racel Iglesias from the Angels.
Hmm.
The Mets made a couple moves. Right-handed pitcher Michael Gibbons from the Cubs. They traded for Darren Ruff. They traded J.D. Davis and 3 other prospects.
Hey, Ruff almost came up big last night.
He did. He had a 2-run double or a single, whatever it was. You know, they almost, like you said, at least they fought back.
Yeah, they didn't just sit there like some teams in any sport. When a team goes up, what is it? It was 8-0, I think it was.
Yeah,
They usually just lay down and like, all right, guys, we'll get it tomorrow. No, I feel as if the Mets have that attitude or mindset in their clubhouse that like it's never die. We're gonna continue to keep chipping away, and we're gonna get there. We may not get it all the time, but we're gonna get it.
Right. And then last but not least, the Padres acquired Juan Soto and Josh Bell from the Nationals for 1, 2, 3. It was 5 of the 5 of the National Padres top draft picks. Luke Voigt. So they gave up. That was a big package. That was the biggest deal of the deadline. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was.
that definitely makes the Padres definitely probably maybe World Series favorites now. I mean, I to get there from the National League. I mean, I get the Dodgers are definitely going to be You know, and Atlanta, they're the champs from last year. But I mean, you just acquired Juan Soto to go with Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis.
And Josh Bell,
Yeah,
like
and Brandon Drury, everybody else they have.
then they added what from
Josh Hader from
Josh Hader
Milwaukee,
from Milwaukee, which is a
arguably
good
the best
closer.
closer in baseball. I mean, I get it. Diaz is having a phenomenal year, but overall, for the last couple of years, definitely Josh Hader has been at the top.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's hard to now not look at them and be like,
how are they not a favorite?
yeah,
Um, I can't even disagree with you there. That's 100%. I think they're the biggest winners out of that trade. Whoever got Soto was gonna win at the deadline, but
right,
for the fact that they were able to snag up Josh Bell as well, yeah, I was in awe of that. Like, yo, Washington really just sent their two best players to San Diego. Like, oh man.
yeah. No, that was a big move. That was. I mean, I'm a Met fan, so obviously I'm rooting for them to, make it far into October. But
The only issue I have with San Diego though is yes, they have Yu Darvish. They have an okay pitching staff, right? Their bullpen's pretty good. They added Hader, made it stronger on the back end. But can you compete with the Dodgers, the Mets, Atlanta on a 7 game series? You know what I mean? Yeah, you got the lineup, but if I have two aces like DeGrom and Scherzer,
right,
I feel comfortable that I'm going to get 2 games away from you. So that's 2 games already, and you know they're going to pitch multiple times in a series. And the Mets, Atlanta, and all these other teams in the NL, they have solid lineups, just as
they
not
they
as
do.
powerful as San Diego.
But they're potent and they're
Yeah,
they're they're equally as good. Definitely better on some days, but like with Atlanta, they are still the champs. They got the X mark on their back. So, but damn, San Diego,
yeah. I mean,
what a
that's
move!
what a fucking move.
And the other little moves you made outside that, I mean, they were working.
They were. I mean, it seems like the Dodgers were going to be the team to snag them, or the
The Cardinals,
Cardinals.
yep, 100%.
I mean, the Padres on that draft day were just,
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
you know what I mean? The whole league once that deal was announced was
Yeah,
all right, so we'll dive into the AL. All right, so I'll start with the Yankees. Everybody knows they traded for Andrew Benintendi, a Gold Glover outfielder, for 3 prospects. They got Scott Efros, a right-handed pitcher, for a prospect. Frankie Montez and Lou Trevino, right-hand pitchers, for 4 prospects. Clayton Beater, right-hand pitcher, for Joey Gallo. Harrison Bader, outfielder, for Jordan Montgomery. Uh, like the Mets moves, I did like the Yankees move. They went more defensive, right? They let go of they got some pitching back, you know. They still have a very good lineup with Judge, and Stanton and their whole lineup, but they added a lot more depth and made their outfield a position of strength for defense,
right.
which would help them, I would think, in playoff games, those eighth and ninth innings to make those moves. Like, all right, we're gonna go more defensive, and we're gonna make sure we get this fucking win. So I had them as a winner. Blue Jays, Anthony Bass, Zach Pop. Love the fucking name. That's a great fucking name, Zach Pop. So Anthony Bass, Zach Pop, and a player to be named from Miami for Jordan Groshans, an infielder.
Yep.
Alex De Jesus, a second baseman, and Mitch White. Love it too, baby. That sounds like a 1930 fucking name. That sounds like he was playing in all-white baseball. Oh, Mitch White is up to that. Right-hand pitcher from the LA Dodgers. Left-hand pitcher Moses Brito, and Nick Frasso, right-hand pitcher. Obviously, they trust what they got. They're starting to play a lot better down the stretch, coming towards the end of the season. But I still have them as a loser. I don't think they made enough moves to improve themselves,
Well,
to the next level.
you have to think they were definitely heavy favorites coming into this season, even with the Dodgers and everything, because the lineup that they have, Vladimir Guerrero, You know, so
Bitch shit.
that was Boba Fett. They in a sense kind of just reinforced what they had,
Mhm.
and like kind of what the Mets did. I mean, they didn't make no big blockbuster deal, whatever, which I was kind of hoping for, and I was kind of hoping for Shohei maybe, but
Yeah. Well, then
um,
LA hit the fucking pause button on that. They were like, I don't know.
yeah, but
I think they could have made more moves, like you were asking for the Mets,
yeah,
right? And I'm not like looking through the lens of the Blue Jays. I'm not saying, oh, go out and get a Juan Soto or go get a big name guy. I just figured that they would have made at least a couple more moves to improve their team overall.
like maybe they get Trey Mancini instead, or maybe they would have pushed harder for someone like Josh Bell or something like that to
Yeah.
try to like you know
Or
influx into the lineup.
oh no, but Vladdy plays first. I was gonna say, or
Yeah, but still
you could have even
DH,
made it.
and
Yeah,
he's a switch hitter. You can have a switch hitter come off the bench.
yeah. Well, they could have
You
traded.
know,
They also could have traded for Hosmer as well too.
mm,
He's not what he was in the
yeah,
past, but he's still a solid first baseman. That's another bat in your lineup.
I mean, I wouldn't be a fan of that move, but you know, yeah, like you said, and everything with the Mets, they could have definitely like what all the that's the best you could do. Like really,
Well,
like
just I guess so they're in the same scope of looking at it, where it's like, all right, let's not make stupid moves. Let's just make the right moves. We trust what we have. Now let's add depth to it.
yeah,
But they only made. I don't know.
one,
I feel that the Mets made better moves than the Jays. You know, they needed more outfielders, so they got an outfielder, right? They needed a power bat, they got a power bat. You know what I mean? I think those pieces are fit. All right. So, just I'll put it simply like this: I'm hearing more production and seeing more production out of the Mets trade picks than I am for the Blue Jays as of right now. And we're what, almost a week out of the deadline.
well, yeah. I mean, we don't know how. I'm sure both of them, if not already one of them, have made an appearance for them. So we'd have to just look at their stats over this last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, I think it's still probably safe to say that the guys for the Mets have made a bigger impact.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And immediately, that's what I'm saying. Now, maybe it'll take some time, maybe a 10, 15, 20 games even.
No, but like just think about it. Granted, like I read this the other day, like yeah, there wasn't that Cespedes kind of deal, but it's like with the lineup that's already in place, we know that they can score runs.
Yes.
So, and we know the starting pitching is arguably you know,
I would put
with
them
a
in the
healthy
top five.
with a healthy DeGrom and Scherzer, that's the best rotation in baseball.
Yeah, with
Because those
Cookie.
are because before DeGrom's injury, those were the two best pitchers in baseball for a 3 or 4 year stretch.
Yeah.
So, and the Cy Youngs prove it.
Yes.
So, arguably the best rotation in baseball because you have more than enough to back up them two with the final three spots. Bullpen is definitely a little suspect.
Yes.
At least getting to Diaz, but I believe with now if DeGrom is healthy, there are other guys that you can now stretch out. So, but to the Ruff and to the Vogelback and the Naquin, if they can like in some way give what like that Juan Uribe and Kelly Johnson effect had in that, once they came over, they were instantly already, big hits and game winners, and so.
I mean, I remember when they traded for Vogelbach. You were like, who the fuck
Yeah.
cares? He was coming from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh don't know how to win. They don't even know how to spell win. So, you know what I mean?
Unless it's football.
That's a stretch now.
Even hockey, they've had a good hockey team over the years.
Yeah, but the Pittsburgh Pirates, well, no, what was I? The O'Neill Cruises, because that's what their fucking name is, because that's the only player on that fucking team. You didn't like Vogelbach.
No.
Kind of a low average for such a big guy. On base percentage, very high. the way he bats, every at bat is a great at bat. I haven't really seen him have a bad at bat yet.
No, even if he gets struck out, he's always putting up a.
He's working that
No.
pitcher five,
Yeah.
6 pitches, which is what ideally what the Mets are doing this year. Which is I love that they're doing.
That's honestly probably my favorite thing about what this offense does.
And I know weeks ago you were calling for their head, as in like, yo, come on, where's the offense? Now we know it's baseball.
I was.
162 games. You're gonna have, ups and downs. I think them playing the Yankees set the tone for them for going down this stretch. I think it was almost like I'm not quoting Buck here. I'm just saying hypothetically. I think Buck was like, "Hey, you guys think we're the shit? You think we could compete for a World Series? It starts with them. We beat them. We put the whole league on notice. Hey, we're here, motherfucker, and we're not going nowhere." So I mean, back to the Blue Jays, and their moves. I think they're a loser until proven otherwise. But right now, I have them as a loser. The Rays, I also have them as a loser. Now, the way they do things down in Tampa is their own style. So,
Yeah.
at first glimpse, I would say they're a loser because they only Garrett Cleavinger, left-handed pitcher for an outfielder, Herman Tapia from L.A. All right, so you got another outfielder. Jeremy Walker, right-hand pitcher for Ford Proctor. That's a hell of a name, Ford Proctor. It sounds like a tool inside the Ford factory.
Yeah. So, you're right.
A shortstop to the San Francisco Giants. So I mean, only 2 moves. I mean, yes, they're there in the wild card, but I was for these teams that were doing in contention. I'm expecting some moves that are gonna at least help you on your road to success to the playoffs.
Right. Maybe they feel like. I mean, I can't believe it if that was true, but for them to just be content with what they have and just ride it out. I mean, it's possible.
I mean, they got faith in their. Obviously, they have faith in what they got. All right, the Twins. I have them as losers as well. Right-handed pitcher Michael Fulmer from Detroit. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that was a solid pickup.
Yeah, for Sawyer Gibson Long. Dude, baseball has the best fucking names. Hands down. Hands fucking down.
Right.
Right-handed pitcher Michael Fulmer from Detroit. Oh, no, I already had that. Right-handed pitcher Tyler Mahle from the Reds for infielder Christian Encarnacion Strand. And left-handed pitcher Steve Hajar. Then right-handed pitcher Jorge Lopez and Cash from Baltimore for right-handed pitcher Yenier Cano. Left-handed pitchers Cade Povich, Juan Rojas, and right-handed pitcher Juan Nunez.
I feel like those were all great moves that they made to help bolster that team. That's why I feel like they're gonna hang on to that division and win it.
Now, I think they did the right moves as in getting pitching, but I still think they need another bat in that lineup. That's why I have them as losers for now. Now, if they stay the course that they're at and the pitching helps them to do it, then I'll eat my words. I have no problem with that.
I mean obviously it shows what their biggest need was, and they felt fine they could ride it out like that as long as they just improve the pitching.
Yeah.
Everything should just.
All right, now I have the Astros as winners. First baseman DH Trey Mancini from Baltimore and right-handed pitcher Jaden Murray from Tampa for outfielder Jose Siri to Tampa and right-handed pitcher Chase McDermott to Baltimore. That's just a great move. It is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just added another bat to which is already a absolutely lethal lineup.
I think didn't they also get a?
Oh yeah, they had left-handed pitcher Will Smith from the Braves for right-handed pitcher Jake Odorizzi.
No, they acquired catcher Christian Vasquez from Boston. So that's another bat getting injected into their lineup because they weren't getting no production from their catchers this year. So that's an improvement right there, and makes them that much more better. You know, Mancini's a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
So
He was having a solid year with Baltimore, which I was surprised about. Now I know, Baltimore's trying to get cheaper and build from their core what they have already now, but I figured they would have stuck to their guns and kept him to try to make that push for a wild card spot.
yeah, well, they they feel like they can definitely make a run for it for sure.
I mean, and you can't. It looks like they're primed and ready to go for it
Again,
again. All right, so then we have the Mariners. I have them being winners. Right-handed pitcher Luis Castillo from the Reds. For right-handed pitchers Levi Stout and Andrew Moore. Infielders Nolari Marte and Edwin Arroyo.
great move.
Catcher Kurt Casali and left-handed pitcher Matthew Boyd from San Francisco Giants. For right-handed pitcher Michael Streifler. And catcher Andy Thomas. Infielder, outfielder Jake Lamb from the Los Angeles Dodgers. For player to be named later and cash. I like that. So I think the Mariners definitely won. They didn't give up a lot. They got some solid pieces added to their pitching and then their lineup. I'm very excited, as you are, to see where they're going to be come playoff time.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a wild card spot, but, 'cause there's no way they're catching Houston. But
No, but we know no one's going to catch L.A. No one's going to catch Houston. No one's going to catch the Yankees. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So we already know they're locked. It's just where they're going to be locked in their seating.
and from where we're sitting right now, this could definitely be, the Mets could definitely possibly just be that number 2 seed. Top 2 seeds get a bye, so
Yes. Which
at this point, granted, we still play the Dodgers at home, but you know, definitely looking for the top 1, top 2.
yes. All right, so now let's give an update on these playoffs. So we have the American League, the Yankees, right now with the number 1 seed at 70 and 37.
Yeah.
Then you have the Astros at number 2 at 70 and 38. And then number 3 would be your Twins at 56 and 50. Then the 4th seed would be the Blue Jays. 5th seed, it'd be the Rays. And then the Mariners. So that's the playoffs. So now in the hunt right now is White Sox, Orioles. That's about it. White Sox and the Orioles and the Guardians.
Yeah.
I don't see anything changing here besides the Yankees being the number 2 seed by the end of the year. I think Houston's definitely going to jump them. I think the Yankees are struggling right now.
They are. Their pitching is really having a hard time right now.
And it's not like they're pitching bad. It's they're getting hurt. That's what sucks. I mean, but it's a double-edged sword for them. Yes, they're hurt right now. Come towards the playoffs time, you're going to have fresh pitchers, or relatively fresh. So it's a double-edged sword. So I see Houston jumping them. Yankees at number 2. Depending on the Central, between the White Sox, the Guardians, and the Twins, like you said, I do still think the Twins are going to take that division. So now it's between the Blue Jays, Rays, and Mariners. You know what I mean? So unless the Orioles go on some big fucking, 20-game run where they go 16-4, I don't see them hopping up in that.
No.
So relatively, I just have it as between the White Sox and the Guardians. Who's going to be out of those 2 teams is going to take a spot from the Rays or the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
I mean, they're 3 behind the Rays, both the White Sox and the Indians. They're 5 behind the Blue Jays. So, 60 games left, relatively, almost 55, 56.
Yeah.
It can be done. It's going to take a lot, though.
Like I said, I think it was last week or the week before. The White Sox, we got like 57 games left. I just don't see it.
White Sox.
So it's 106.
Yeah, 56 games. Well, we talked about it last week. Is also like they need to get to 90 some odd wins to actually like jump somebody for a spot. I believe.
Yeah.
Are they playing better as of late? Yes. We talked about it last week as in detail. Is if they were to make some moves to get some what is it, to get some pitching, would it help? Now we both said we think it's a little too late. I'd fucking hurt. I don't see it in the cards. Weirder things have happened. I think it. Wow, Nemo walks again. So I don't see them doing that. I have high hopes for the Orioles. I hope they can do it. It'd be nice to see them. Young team get rid of their pieces that they don't want to pay a lot for anymore, and then they still make it. I mean, all in all, as a baseball fan, you have to tip your cap to the Baltimore Orioles. Just for this year, they're playing very good. You know, well, they're like 4 games over 500. Yeah, but they're usually 20 games under 500. So to be 4 games above 500, you got to take that as like a little mini goal that you've acquired.
You know, if you can finish the season right around 500, I think you're feeling definitely real good going into next year.
Oh yeah, especially with the offseason moves that could be made, trades, players coming up. You know, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
All right. Oops, sorry about that. All right. So now from Jesus fucking Christ, I hit my arm again. All right. So from the National League side, so the Dodgers number 1, 73 and 33. The Mets 67 and 39. They're 6 games out. Things can happen. I just don't see it. I would love for the Mets to actually take that number 1 spot, so then they have home field advantage throughout the whole fucking playoffs. So you have the Mets at number 2, then the Brewers. Now the Brewers and the Cardinals here, they're tied. That's the most exciting race I think that's going on in the NL right now. Which one of those two are gonna fucking
win that division? Yeah. Same amount of games left.
Yeah.
So
1, 2, yeah, the 56 games left. All right, so you have one of those. So one of them is going to be a wild card. Then you have the Padres. They're definitely a wild card. So 1, 2, and then the Braves. So now you have Philly, who right now is tied for a spot.
I think they have the lead for the first wild card spot, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
No. The Padres do. It's no.
Oh, that's right.
The Braves, Padres, and then right now they're locked in at number 3, the Phillies. So the Phillies have a chance here to. I mean, if they, we criticized them early in the year. Why would you fire Joe Girardi? He has experience. That move is panning out for them very well. That decision.
Right.
So, I mean, I had them winning the division as a bonehead move on my part. But for the fact for them to still be able to maybe steal a wild card from the Brewers or the Cardinals, whoever loses that division, is very interesting.
I mean, that's really the only thing that could potentially happen is those parts shifting right there between Philly, Milwaukee, and San Diego, or even St. Louis, you know. But I don't think the Giants are going to do it. And Miami's definitely not going to do it.
No.
So I really, in a sense, don't see these teams being knocked out of a wild card spot, but I do just see the ordering getting changed as these final 50 some odd games get played. But those teams will remain who they are right now at this current spot.
So, I mean, yeah. So essentially, the race is literally between, for the last wild card spot, it's between the Brewers, Cardinals, and Phillies. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, just 3 teams. So I think the NL is more precise on who's going to be there than the AL. Because
think about it. Yeah, if it stays like this, you'll have the 3 teams from the East.
Yeah, Mets, Braves, and Phillies.
2 from the West, and then 2 from the Central.
1 from the Central. It could be 1 from the Central. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, depending on what St. Louis does.
So it's like,
but
not only do the Cardinals and the Brewers have to worry about each other, now they got to worry about Philly stealing one of their spots. Because, you know, the Brewers and Cardinals, they could be like, look, hey, you know, all right, we didn't win a division. We lost the division by a half a game or 1 game, but we're still in. You can get booted. You know what I mean?
It's possible. It yeah.
I mean, so I had it. What was it? I had Mets Yankees, World Series possibly. You still sticking with your guns on Houston Mets?
Yeah.
I mean, I was hearing somebody on the Michael K show. They were talking about as in terms Mets Yankees World Series. Yes, it'll be a great World Series, but the marketing for it is not going to be as good as if it was L.A. versus the Dodgers versus the Yankees, or Houston versus the Dodgers, because they're just combining two marketplaces from two parts of the world.
Right.
Oh, Lindor just hit a 3-run shot. Mets up 6-0.
Nice. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Mets and Yankees would sell the best.
Well,
I
they also
mean,
brought up back in the 2000s. It was the lowest watched World Series.
was it?
Yes, and I was surprised about that. Wasn't that one of the first Subway Series?
That was the only Subway Series World
So then,
Series.
how did it not get more views? That's, to me, that blows my mind. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
Well, you also have people out there on different parts of the United States who just don't like New York teams.
yeah.
So they're like, I'm not even gonna watch it. Like how I was when it was the Giants versus New England Patriots back in '07. I'm not watching that fucking game. Fuck
Right.
both of them. You know what I mean? I remember
Yeah.
people ask me like, "Oh, who do you want to win?" I want an aircraft carrier empty, no civilians, no pilot, to hit that fucking stadium, and nobody wins. But
Nobody wins because nobody plays.
exactly, it'd be like that movie, The Marshal. With Matthew McConaughey, We Are Marshall.
Oh, okay.
Whole
Yeah,
fucking team dies, plane crash. All right, well, we need somebody.
Yeah.
Go up there and hit him with the Batman. The Bane. Oh, we give it back to you. Alrighty, so let's see what we have here on the docket. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
NBA news, I believe it is.
It's Hate It or Love It.
Oh, okay.
And then
Right.
the NBA news. Alright, you want to start or shall I?
You can start.
Ooh. Alright, Hate It or Love It. Astros finished the year with a better record than the New York Yankees.
Yes, I love it.
I love it too. I just think Houston's been, they didn't start out like gangbusters like the Yankees did, but they've been climbing, man. There's been no, other than them playing Oakland, they've been beating the piss out of everybody.
Yep.
Everybody, the Mets, Yankees, like almost everybody.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, so when you said,
Hate it or love it. The 6-game suspension for Watson. You don't, because I know we're gonna cover it tomorrow, so you don't have to get too crazy into it. Just, just like a general.
I love it. I love it. The reason why is, if he had been arrested for something, then okay, I can see why we're giving him a year. Now, we'll go deeper into this tomorrow. I'm just gonna give a little tidbit here. How many massage therapists a day get offered or asked, hey, you want to, stroke the chicken? You want to beat the meat? You want to suck on a lollipop? What do they usually say? No, I'm okay. No, thank you. Right? They don't call the cops. They don't make a fucking big deal out of it because they go through it every day. Now, here comes a multimillionaire, national star. Hey, you want to stroke the chicken? You want to beat the meat? And they're like,
How dare you?
pay me more money? Yeah. So now what? They all talk like, oh yeah, I just put a lawsuit against him. I'm going to get paid. Shit, I just massaged his ass last week. You know what? Let me get on that too. So that's my view of it. Which, all right, look, they get asked it every day. So because he's a millionaire, they go after the money. Why do you think 30 fucking females came out of the woodwork?
Yeah.
So 6 games is appropriate. I love it.
Me too.
All right, hate it or love it. Preseason football games should be done away with. No preseason games no
I love it. Yeah, you use the games as like a scrimmage to get ready and everything for the year, but I'm definitely all for getting rid of it and then just, having more practice with your team and going over plays and playbooks and all that stuff. And
I have no issue with them filming the joint practices. I actually honestly I think the joint practices are a little bit more competitive than a preseason game. I mean, you essentially they don't make that much money, the preseason games. Maybe at the stadium they do, but did you watch Jaguars and the Raiders the other night?
no,
No, I was watching the motherfucking Met game. I'm
yeah,
not watching that shit. There's nothing. Week 4, I'll watch because you're gonna see the starters play a half, so you're gonna kind of get an idea of where they're gonna be at in the season.
yeah,
But you could still determine that off of joint practice,
absolutely,
and it lessens the likely of guys getting hurt.
yep.
So
It's not as heavy of it's not as heavy of even it's not as heavy of a load, and
yeah,
even though it's only the preseason, you're not playing super hard. But some players are definitely trying to ball out. That's the opportunity to show what you got in a sense.
yes,
But
but you could show that in joint practices. Because
yeah,
what happens anyway? Like I've seen it and you've seen it. Players get drafted, or they go undrafted, they sign. They're out there balling their heart out. But that team that just drafted him or picked him up doesn't see a need for him. So they release him. Now his practice film and everything like that is seen by other organizations, and then they pick him up off of waivers to help their lineup.
right. Yeah, no,
I mean, some people may argue for
agree.
the fact that, like, would we have known who Victor Cruz was if it wasn't for those preseason games?
No,
Probably not.
no.
But he wasn't that good to begin with, so just throwing that out there. He had that one good year, little fucking salsa, and I ain't never seen a motherfucking salsa again.
Right.
It was like once or twice. It was like going to a Mexican restaurant and they give you the little potato chips. They're fucking great, but you don't think about them ever again until you're back there.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, it's on you.
All right. Hate it or love it. The Angels will build around Otani. That's why they're not going to trade him. That's why they didn't trade him.
I hate it.
Me too.
I hate it just for the fact is like he's gonna leave. He's not gonna stay.
I don't think so either.
And don't you think, people back home from Japan are like, like if he wins a World Series, he's probably gonna be the face of the league for a long time.
I mean, he's still only 28, so you figure you got about another good 5-6 years at this level. I would say,
Yeah.
as long as he stays healthy. So,
Yeah, I hate it. Let either all right, if you're gonna build around him, it better be right fucking now. Like right now. Not 3 years down the line, not 4 years down the line. Now we got everybody together. No, now.
well, they got a lot of work to do. They got a lot of guys on the books,
Well, that's why it would have made more sense to
Rendon,
just get rid of
Trout.
him.
Yeah.
Like you said last week, it's been 5 years for this experiment.
Yeah.
It has not worked.
And
I don't understand what makes them think that it's gonna work later.
yeah, 100%.
Now,
And even if you do get competitive, he's still gonna walk after next year.
well, I see the thing like just hit me in my mind right now is if Trout did not get hurt like his back injury, right, and he was still good to go, then I could see some justice there behind like, all right, let's keep these two guys here. We have the two profound guys in the league. We just got to add pieces around them. But I don't think Mike Trout's going to play much more.
No.
Look at what happened with David Wright, and that was a pretty severe injury.
That ended him.
Yeah, this injury is worse.
Yeah. So,
All
sorry, LA. I mean, it's unfortunate. It would have been really nice to see you guys perform and do something with those two star caliber generational players.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But-
baseball fans just in general, who wouldn't want to see them win or compete for a World Series?
And Trout was still fun to watch, though.
Oh, of course, and he's a Jersey boy.
Yep.
All right, Danny, hate it or love it. Juan Soto landed in San Diego.
I love it.
Do you? I'm surprised.
I really do.
I'm surprised.
Not LA. not the Yankees, not the Braves, not the Cardinals. So if he had, like I said, so San Diego, if somehow Seattle made the deal for him and they were able to pull it off, that would have been awesome. But
That would have been fucking
because they were,
crazy.
I remember seeing their name in the mix. Less likely of a chance, but that would have been dope.
That would have been fucking awesome to
Uh,
fucking see.
so just yeah, I love it.
I'm like torn. I really am.
Are you?
I am. I'm like so torn. I would say, all right, I hate it. The reason why I hate it, because now this is just another step in the direction of the Colorado Rockies not even having a fucking chance at the fucking division.
I mean, you got the Dodgers and the Padres.
And the
That,
Giants.
yeah, they're kind of in flux right now, I think. But those two teams, the Dodgers and the Padres, solidly for the next 10 years at least, are going to be at the top of that division.
Exactly.
So if you come out of that division, it's a wild card.
Which is not going to cut it for us.
Hey, get in and anything can happen.
Look, I can tell you what's going to happen. It's not going to happen.
They'll be one and done real fast.
Exactly. And by the grace of God, if they're blessed enough to win one series, they're out on their ass the next one. You know what I mean? All right,
agree.
Danny, it's on you.
All right. Hate it or love it. Aaron Judge is better than Juan Soto. I was debating this the other day with somebody I work with, and
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah. If they were the same age, maybe you could argue. But Soto being 23 and doing what he's doing already at 23, I'm sorry, that puts him above Judge. Now, Soto could have a shitty 4 years, and Judge could have a good 4 years. That may change the level of the competition, or the conversation, not competition.
Right.
But Judge is older. Judge is not going to be here for as long as Soto may be here.
Right.
So I think just based off that, Soto is better.
Yeah.
Not taking anything away from Judge and what he's doing this year.
No, and granted, Soto's having what you would say kind of a down year with Washington prior to the trade. But you got to figure he's hitting in a lineup where the only guy that's protecting him is Josh Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, not to take away from him, but he's not no fucking superstar or anything like that.
No, but he's an all-star.
He's a decent ball player.
Yeah.
But, you put Juan Soto on a team like San Diego where they got Machado and Tatis coming back.
Yeah.
And, them three alone right there.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
Yeah. Then you can compete with really the Dodgers. You can compete with teams like the Astros,
Mm-hmm.
the Yankees, the Mets.
Yeah, there's nobody in the league that you can't compete with.
The Braves, if they make it or whatever,
Yeah.
which they're definitely gonna get the number one wild card. But
Yeah. All right. Hate it or love it, Danny. Aaron Judge hits over 65 home runs this year.
hate it because that won't happen. Would I like to see it? I guess.
I mean,
don't really
he's at
know.
43 or 44 home runs.
Something like that.
I mean, he's got. Let's see. If he's at 43, he needs 20 just to break the record. 19, just to break it. I love it if he stays on the stretch that he's on now, where it's like every other game he's cranking one out.
Yeah.
If he goes through about a 10-game dry spot of no home runs, I don't think he's even going to eclipse 60. So
Well, I mean, he's not far off from 60, but I understand. Yeah.
it's 17. But if he goes, there's 56 games left. He goes to like a 10 or 15 game stretch with no home runs. Now it's 30 games roughly. You got to hit 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, but if he stays on pace, I think he can do it. I said 65, just, I don't know why. 65 just sounded like a good number to me. So I just picked 65.
Okay.
All right, it's on you.
Hate it or love it. Juan Soto will get paid more than Aaron Judge. Now, this is Soto walking after his 2.5 years are up. Whether he re-signs with San Diego eventually is not the question. And then Judge definitely. Who on their paydays? Granted, Judge is going to become. He's going to get paid first. But in general, who gets more money?
I think
Does Soto get that?
I think Soto gets more money just because of his age.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Now I think Judge is gonna set that benchmark, right? So where it's like,
Soto's gonna look at that and be like, okay, if he's getting that, I want
yeah,
more.
yeah, that's where the starting point is.
Because you put me on a good team, I can do what he does.
Yes.
I can hit 40 plus home runs a year. I can hit close to 300.
Mm-hmm.
I can drive in over 100 runs. I can play great defense.
Yes.
He might not have the arm like Judge does, but his defense is still there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Soto's gonna get paid more, but I mean, Soto should be thanking Judge because he's gonna set that precedence of where we're gonna start the negotiations at. You know what I mean? I just think Soto has a higher ceiling right now. Now, anything can happen. He can get hurt, or he could just suck ass. I don't see him sucking ass, but you know.
Right.
All right, Danny. Hate it or love it. The Phillies steal an NL wildcard spot.
Well, they're already there now, so you're saying just essentially move up a little more?
No, I mean like going down the stretch, they're gonna steal one like we were talking about. They're gonna steal a spot from either St. Louis or the Brewers.
Well, St. Louis is behind them and Milwaukee's in front of them because they're both tied for the division. So that would mean just seeing Philly move up, but I mean they'd really only be moving up one spot.
Yeah.
So, I hate it because I see they're potentially just gonna sit right where they're at. I mean they might kind of struggle a little bit down the stretch, but I still feel like they'll stay right there, and you're really gonna see a bigger jump between St. Louis and Milwaukee.
Okay. All right. I love it. I just like it. You know, the storyline to it. You know, Harper gets hurt. They're doing real shitty. They fired a manager. They're waiting for Harper to get back. They're covering all their bases. They're playing a lot better. I just like that storyline of, you know, you're at the bottom and then you came out of nowhere and stole a spot from a team that was coasting to what they thought was an easy wild card spot.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you're thinking about it, if you're Milwaukee or St. Louis, like we were saying earlier, it's like there's really no big, you know, importance on winning the division. Whoever wins it, wins it. Whoever doesn't, right behind it, is going to get in. So I think for Philly to be creeping and put more pressure on them where one of them can crumble, that's why I love it.
Okay.
All right. Son Yi said.
Hate it or love it. For all four major American sports, free agency should begin right after the season ends. I get it, there'll be playoff games going on, but so what? Those are the, you know, what you would call most of those teams are the top tier teams in the league. So even if you started free agency the day after the season ended, you know, there's still going to be guys from, you know, other teams that are still going to definitely probably hold out a couple weeks until the playoffs are over and then try to land on one of the bigger teams. But in general, starting it the day after, you know, just gives the lower market teams and the teams that fell behind, you know,
a base. I get. All right. So I love it.
And it's not like you'd be trading for mega big stars essentially, but it's like, you know, there'd just be more wheeling and dealing and draft picks and things like this, and just, you know.
No, but I agree with you. I love it. For the reason why I love it is it gives the chance for teams that didn't make the playoffs or the teams that are not that good for first dibs and rights to talk
on whoever
they want. I get it. I love that. I think that would make the leagues a little bit more balanced. You know, it's where a guy can get the chance to talk to, you know, a player on Detroit can talk to, you know,
the Knicks.
No, I'm saying for football, like.
Okay.
They could talk to New Orleans, right? Because New Orleans didn't make it, right?
No.
But New Orleans is still a more competitive team than Detroit would be on their past.
Exactly.
But it would still give New Orleans a leg up on, you know, the Rams or the Cowboys or the teams that consistently make the playoffs.
And draft. I mean, there are teams that draft better than others. So let's just say, in that sense, the Saints, you know, don't draft as good as the Rams. Well, that also gives you a leg up, and
Hmm.
you know,
Now,
um,
granted, the players should have the right to be like, okay, all right, I'll mull over the deal and just wait until I can talk to other teams. But I still think it gives the low market teams and the teams that don't compete a better chance at success for the next year coming.
and at least trying to set themselves up for the future more too.
Yes.
You know,
No, I love it. I think
and
that's a great idea.
yeah,
Will it happen?
no,
Probably fucking not. But great idea. I love it. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Season ends, and you got the Nationals fucking cleaning up all the players, from the teams that are already out, and then boom, they're back, to being competitive.
right.
All right, so that's it for hate it or love it. Alrighty, we're gonna go into the National
mean-
Boring Association because there ain't shit to fucking talk about with basketball. I've been looking. I've been looking all week, and I've come up with 3 fucking things.
I got 2.
Well, 2. Iman Shumpert arrested for weed at a Dallas airport. He don't even play no more. But this is the shit that's out there because, the Knicks, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They can't even secure a trade for Donovan Mitchell, which has been rumored for what, how many fucking months?
At least 2.
Exactly.
Bill Russell died this week.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Bill Russell. I
Yeah.
completely forgot about it. Rest in peace to a legend.
Vin Scully also died too. At
Yeah,
94.
Vin Scully. I seen the Dodgers just did a tribute video for him, which was pretty awesome.
Right.
So now this is gonna go into the topic of Brittany Griner. Okay, Iman Shumpert arrested for weed at a Dallas airport. Okay, they haven't legalized it yet, right? You should follow the law, or should inquire to what the law is.
Right.
Just because you're a star doesn't mean you're gonna get fucking special treatment.
Yeah.
I mean, an example. Look at Plexico Burress. He didn't shoot nobody. It was his gun. He shot himself. You ain't getting no special treatment. Your ass is going to do in a year. And the funniest thing about it, people that get arrested, normal people that get arrested with an unregistered gun, they usually get probation. So now Brittany Griner gets sentenced to what, 9.5 years? But she did a
9
half
years.
year or whatever, so 9 years. Now, it's the political side. Putin's using it as a political pawn, whatever you want to say. I really don't give a fuck. I could give a fuck less about Brittany Griner being arrested.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. Whatever. You should know. You're an adult. You're not a child. You should understand this.
You should be looking up. You should be looking up what the laws are of another country when you're going into another country.
Exactly. Now,
And-
9 years for a weed pen, that's excessive. It
Hey,
is.
oh well.
I'll agree with anybody who says that's excessive.
Yeah.
It is
but-
to our standards of the law over here in
Exactly.
America. In Russia, they don't play that shit.
So that's why I say, oh well. Like
Oh,
I said,
well.
you
And-
don't know if you don't know the laws of going into another country while you're you know enough that you gotta have a passport, right? Obviously. Well, you should. So that shows me the. All right. Well,
Well, here's what I thought about it.
you was like, all right. I don't give a fuck. It's just weed.
Well, here's what I thought about it. How people were like, oh, if it was LeBron James, they would have got him. Well, do you really think LeBron James would have been holding weed on himself?
Exactly.
No, he would have had somebody else holding it. It's that fucking... She was that arrogant to think that nothing could happen to me while what's going on in the world. Oh, I'm here in Russia playing for a Russian basketball league. They don't give a shit.
Right.
And obviously they don't give a shit. 9 years. Bang, motherfucker. Take it.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. And honestly, the reason why why I don't give a shit is because I don't think she would lose an ounce of sleep if it was me, you, or anybody else that be watching this fucking show. Or doesn't even watch the show.
Yeah.
She wouldn't give a shit, so why the fuck should I give a shit if she was too arrogant to follow the law or do her due diligence to hire somebody, an assistant, or do whatever to get herself out or not even be in that situation.
Yeah.
So, Iman Shumpert, big fan, you're an idiot. Whatever happens, probably nothing's going to happen. They're going to smack you with a fine. Lucky you.
So, the Knicks are supposedly being investigated now, and that's like another thing, like the Sixers with the tampering. That's why I suggested they hit a level that free agency should begin right after the season ends. So there's no need for any of that,
Yeah, but if we're being 100% honest, everybody tampers,
probably.
especially in today's age. Now, I get it back in the 80s where social media wasn't a thing. Then tampering is a real thing because you shouldn't be doing it. But with social media, it's constant. Players are constantly talking to each other. You
Right.
should come here, which is tampering.
Or how you say like Kyrie's seen in a Laker at a Laker game. Oh, he's gonna go to LA. Things like that, like in that spectrum, that is tampering.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like you're hinting, hey, come over here.
Yes,
You
I
know,
mean,
it's
either they
like,
got to change these tampering rules or laws, whatever the fuck they call them, to fit the structure of nowadays social media society, or rid of it. Like
yeah.
everybody tampers. I mean, I don't understand why people make such a big deal about this. Everybody tampers. Oh, and then
Everybody's cheating.
they just suspended the Dolphins head coach for tampering,
I seen that, and I was like, yo, like,
and they're like, "Oh, well, you're suspended."
yeah, but
He's a fucking
I
owner. Who the fuck cares?
yeah, but I'm hearing, I've been hearing some other things coming out of Miami as well about not tanking games and uh some Brian Flores news or whatever. I remember
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit. So there's other shit going on down in Miami aside from just tampering. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but even basketball, I'd say basketball is the biggest sport of tampering.
Yeah.
It's constant tampering, like, and it, the players don't get in trouble, so why the fuck do they care? The
And
organization, they get a fine and some suspensions, which they don't give a fuck.
and the players from the NBA are the only players in the league that really seem to be doing that. I mean, you see it a little bit in football sometimes if two guys practice together or whatever, but for the most part, that's an all basketball thing. So I agree that it's really just more of an NBA problem than it is anybody else.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Philly got hit with it. They're like they have bigger problems. They got a $3.5 billion fucking arena they're trying to
And
build.
they got to figure out a way to put butts in the seats and
Exactly. So I mean, how could you fault me for not trying to tamper? I'm trying to do something here. You know what I mean?
right,
For Christ's sakes, the 76ers haven't been relevant since a fucking I. And you're really gonna give me shit for tampering? Dog, that was 20 some odd years ago. You know what I mean?
right,
And even before AI, it was Dr. J. So like they've sucked royally for a long time.
yeah,
If anything, they should get tampering rights. They should, you know what I mean? Go collude, go fucking hustle, because shit ain't going right here. You got a Hall of Fame center, probably one of the best in the league, and you can't even figure out how to win with him. Of course they're gonna fucking tamper.
right.
Wouldn't? All right, if you like the, let's say you're who was the worst team in the league last year? Let's say
Uh,
all right, Oklahoma City Thunder.
okay.
If you're an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, wouldn't you be upset for your team not trying to acquire players and tampering? I'd be screaming, please tamper, please go fucking con somebody, hustle somebody, get somebody here to help me, help me. You know,
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, we're fucking trying, but you're hitting us with tampering fines. What the fuck you want me to do?
Right.
Bruh.
I'm all for tampering. I fucking let it ride. Let it ride. Everybody should be tampering. Just like Bill Burr's fucking stance on steroids. Yeah, just let them all fucking do it. I just want to see a big guy with a big fucking one pec muscle just coming and cranking him over the fucking fence. Let him fucking fly. Let him go. Let him do whatever the fuck they gotta do. It's fixed anyway. The cocksuckers
Right.
are gonna be rigged to who's going and who's not. We know this already.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
We were gonna do an off-season power rankings. I mean, we could still do that. I mean, let's take a look at it. My number one is it just has to be the Warriors because they're the champs.
Yeah.
Then I would say the Bucks, the Heat, the Grizzlies, the Mavs, the Suns. You know what I mean? Anything outside of that, I mean, is really like you're just fighting to make the play in. I mean, you could put the Bulls there, maybe the 76ers, maybe a top, like, what is there? Top 15 teams is definitely going to be Warriors, 1, Bucks, number 2, Grizzlies, number 3, Mavericks, number 4, the Heat, number 5, number 6, the Celtics, number 7, the 76ers. You know, so, I mean, it's pretty much what the playoffs was last year, but there could be a change. We don't know. Somebody could improve. Now, to the second point that we had here, Darwin Ham, the new coach of the Lakers, is said to have the power to bench Russell Westbrook if he does not perform to their level of expectations.
I love it.
I know you love it. Yeah, well, you want a whole fucking let's tear it down and redraw the whole fucking thing, but it's not going to happen. We could see that. You know, anything's possible within this time of the off season. I think if he benches him, we will see Russell Westbrook traded within 2 weeks. I believe that because I believe if he benches him and shit's not going right, and I know and I think I know the type of player and person Russell is, and he'd be like, "See, this is your dumbass benching me. We're losing by fucking 30. At least if I was in, we'd be losing by 15."
Yeah, I mean, I
My problem with it though is what I don't disagree with. I disagree with, and I know they're trying to build him up as the new coach. You know, make him the leader. In all honesty, I think LeBron is the one who's gonna be calling those shots. Oh, I'm gonna bench him. You damn well fucking not.
Yeah, and then that's going to cause some issues.
I mean, look at what LeBron already did to the Lakers. You made them get rid of Kuzma and all these guys for Anthony Davis. Yes, you won a half-assed fucking NBA title, right? But then the ship fucking sank so fast last year.
Yeah.
And the expectations on them were so high. Oh, they're gonna run it back. There should be they should be favorites. Dude, they barely could tread water. It was a fat kid drowning on the beach. They're just fighting for their life, but he couldn't get anywhere. You know what I mean? And throughout the whole year, everybody was trying to give them, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, swim their ass out there and get them. And motherfuckers kept sinking. So, I mean, if they give him the authority and LeBron's on board with it, I'm all for it. The head coach should have all say over the lineup and what he wants to do. But in reality, I don't think it's going to go down like that. I don't think LeBron's going to let it go down like that. For Christ's sakes, he didn't like playing with Kuzma and what's his fucking name? I can't believe I fucking forgot his name. He plays for the Pelicans now.
Oh, Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram. Oh, I don't want to play with these guys. These guys are too young. If you were just patient and let the organization do what they do and put a lineup around you, like they always have with all their stars, it'll take some time, but they do it. No, you just sank the fucking organization.
So sad.
He's so sad.
Emotional damage.
More years, yeah.
You know, I just really feel like it's LeBron that's going to be the one that's like,
Yeah, this big brain time.
you keep Russ in. Because who else do they have right now? If we even looked at their lineup, who are you going to bench Russ to play for?
Right.
This is almost in the sense like what's going on this week with Matthew Stafford. You know, he has like shoulder soreness, right? And it's been a problem since last year. You know, all right. So who are your backups? These are guys you never even heard of before. So who's gonna back Russ up if you're benching him? Who are you benching him for? Yeah, he's not the player he was years ago, and yes, he does refuse to change his game. You know what I mean? He's still very, very, very questionable from the field shooting. Unless he's driving and passing, You know what I mean? So maybe LeBron, Anthony Davis, and them can come together to find out how to play at their strengths, and not since just everybody going out there winging it.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, other than that, there's really not much going on in the NBA world. I mean, we're
Nope.
still waiting on the KD, Kyrie situation. We're waiting on the Donovan Mitchell situation. What's going on with LA? What moves are they gonna make? So I mean, well, let's see. When's the first game? First game of the season. What you do da da da? What the fuck? August 7th. Who the fuck gives a shit about that?
Hmm.
Oh, it starts October. It's definitely gonna start October. Fuck me. NBA season starts October 18th.
There we go.
All right, so I think right around the end of September we're gonna have answers on pretty much all these fucking things going on. Until then, I mean, we'll try to give you guys as much basketball news and information we can give you. But like I said, the headline for this week was fucking Iman Shumpert getting arrested and Brittany Griner getting sentenced to 9 years, and then
Right.
the Derwin Ham thing. That's all I found that was of interest. Literally. I'm not about to sit here, both of us, and report nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had our episodes where we ripped KD, what's going on with Kyrie, the Donovan Mitchell situation, all the trades. When the information comes, we will report it. But
It's a dead zone right now.
it really is. And I guess since we haven't really been covering basketball like that, I haven't noticed on how, like, to be honest with you, boring this offseason, NBA offseason has been. I don't remember a time where an offseason has been this boring with so much speculation going on.
Right.
Like, there's so much headline news that could be made in a day. They could blow up the sports world if the Kevin Durant gets traded, Donovan's gets traded, Anthony Davis, or something goes on with LA. Then everything will fucking blow up for about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
But in other NBA news, me and Danny got a goodie for you this week. Scottie Pippen versus Kawhi Leonard.
Hmm.
Now I have the Pimp Master. And who do you have, Donna? You have Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
All right.
You can.
I can begin?
You take the Pittman first.
All right. So, points per game, regular season. Kawhi is averaging 19.2 points. Scottie, oh, my bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen's averaging 16.1 points. Rebounds, 6.4 a game. Assists, 5.2. Steals, two steals a game. 0.8 in blocks per game. Pippen has 18,940 total points. 7,494 rebounds. He has 6,135 assists. He has 2,307 steals. He has 947 blocks, and he's played 1,178 games. Field goal percentage, 47%. 3-point, 32%. Free throw, 70%.
Okay.
All right. I'll do the playoff stats as well. The playoffs, he averaged 17.5 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals per game, and 1 block. Alrighty. Let's see. Alright, go up here. Alrighty. Scottie has no Finals MVP. Well, we know why, because Mike fucking Jordan. All NBA first team, Scottie was 3 times. All NBA teams selected 7 times. All defensive first team 8 times. All defensive teams 10 times. Defensive player of the year 0. Steals leader once. That's about it statistically wise on Scottie. So,
Okay.
what you got for the Kawhi man?
Okay, so 2000, 5-time NBA All-Team, 7-time All-Defensive Player, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, NBA 75th Anniversary Team, uh, 2019 All-Star MVP, 2 times Finals MVP, 2011 All-Rookie Team, 2-time NBA Champ, 5-time All-Star, uh, averaging for his career so far, he's got a 85% free throw percentage, 49% field goal percentage, averaging 2.5, almost 3 assists, 6.5 rebounds, 19 points a game, total of 576 games played. His playoff stats. Point wise, he does better per game, 21 points a game. The rebounds actually take a bump up, 7.9, and then everything else is pretty much the same. His field goal percentage is hold on, wait.
49%.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, I have that on my other thing, on my page. So, I mean, I don't think he's definitely as good as the Pimp Man, but I mean, what else would you call, like?
I mean, all right, so Kawhi's played 9 years so far. Oh,
Yeah.
he didn't even play last year, so I wouldn't even count that. So he's played 8
Yeah,
years.
because of his ACL.
So 12 and 4. So Scottie's played 16. So
Yeah.
so 6 more years, he could possibly win another 1 or 2 championships. So he'll finish with less than Pippen. I think he'll play in more playoff games. He'll probably have more All-Stars. He may win more Finals MVPs. He may get selected to more All-NBA team first teams, All-NBA teams. The defensive team, he still may be able to catch up to Scottie that has 8 and he has 3.
Maybe.
He's already got him on the Defensive Player of the Year. He's tied with him in steals leader. He's already got him with 3 more points. So he's a better scorer. He rebounds just the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't assist as much as Pippen though does.
No.
So I mean that's an edge where I think Pippen is gonna lead. I think probably between them two for their whole careers.
100%. And he was just like he was like that more physical kind of like, he was like, I don't know, like that thorn in your side kind of like, quiet when it just goes about his business the quiet way, humble.
So did Pippen. Pippen was kind of quiet because you got to think he had Mike. Mike was always the one doing all the talking.
Yeah.
So I mean, Pippen in quiet was doing the same thing. I mean, they almost like the same player essentially. So I mean, Pippen only has like 7,000 more points, which I think Kawhi could catch.
In 6 years, and he's already 31.
Yeah, I think he can catch that. 7,000 points in 6 years. Why not?
He's got to stay healthy at least.
Yes,
that ACL at this point in his career, at 31 years old, is all right. Well, your body's not getting any younger here, pal.
Yeah, let's just hope it doesn't go to the extent that it went with Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Where it kept reoccurring, and that's what really hurt his career.
Right.
Total rebounds, I don't think he's gonna catch Pippen. He's at 3,689. Pippen has 7,484. The assist, I don't see him really catching that either. Pippen has 6,135 assists. Kawhi probably will finish with like 5, maybe 4, 5 if he's lucky. The steals, I think he has a chance to at least catch up. He's at 1,013 to Pippen's 2,307. Blocks, I don't know if he'll catch him. Pittman has 947 to Kawhi Leonard's 367.
No way. Not
The total games, yes, I can see him. 6 years times 82 is about 4. Yeah, he'll be up there with the games. Um, his field goal percentage may even out, or he still may have a better shooting percentage than Scottie. Uh, he shoots the three better than Scottie. Shoots free throws better than Scottie. Um, yeah, he could. Phew, damn,
but
it's gonna be hard.
it's like look at the impact that Pippen had on that team. Granted, he had Jordan, you know,
Yeah, but you could say
and
the same thing for the teams that Kawhi has been on. And
yeah, but
Kawhi's actually been the man though. Like that year that they won with San Antonio. Now, granted,
yeah,
did they have Tim Duncan at that time? I'm not sure. They may have had him on his last leg. Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
yeah,
it was on their last
yeah.
legs. But he was the leader of that team. He was the young leader. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
hmm,
It's a tough call, man. It's like I
it
feel like I
is.
said before when I was saying about Pippen. I just feel like he was that more like I don't know that more like aggressive personality type in your face on the court as opposed to Leonard. You know, like the silent leader. I don't know.
I could agree to that. I
It's
mean,
just hard to. This
it's
really comes down to preference, I think.
even
Again,
you think that even with the gap.
a little bit, yeah. You know,
Yeah, I guess it
you know,
depends.
because
It
they're
depends
both
on
coming from.
who you would like. If you were drafting a team, who would you pick? If there's only Kawhi and Pippen left, and he plays small forward. I mean, they both play small forward.
Well, all right. So obviously, I'm drafting either one of them, and I'm starting a team, right? So I don't have Jordan or Tim Duncan or nothing like that, right?
Mm-mm.
All right. I
So
take
your
Kawhi.
first pick at small forward.
I take Kawhi then,
Mm.
because if I'm starting a team, I really don't. I don't like the idea of starting it and having Pimpin as one of my starters, and I'm just building the team. Kawhi, like you said, you've seen what he did in that series with San Antonio when they won the championship.
And then in Toronto.
It, you know, I'm more so basing it off his time in San Antonio
I
because
mean, but for the life of me, what's like shocking to me looking at these comparisons, right, is that Kawhi has won. Where is it? He's won two Defensive Players of the Year. How in the
yeah,
fuck did Pippen not at least win one? And Pippen is considered one of the best defenders in basketball history.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I don't know what the next 6 years is going to look like for Kawhi. So just based on that, I'd have to pick Scottie. And it's no bias because I'm a Bulls fan. I'm just saying, literally, I know what I'll like.
that's why I think it's so hard.
Like I know what I'm getting from Scottie. You know what I mean? And Scottie was
Right?
injured through his career, but not to the extent maybe that Kawhi was with his ACL.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I could agree with you. It is a preference thing because I say Scottie, but I wouldn't be mad at somebody saying Kawhi.
yeah.
You know, oh, Kawhi's better than Pippen. So I wouldn't be mad at someone saying it, but for right now, for my opinion, just because I don't know what the next 6 years is going to look like for Kawhi, I'd have to stick with Scottie.
Yeah, I hear you.
But here's the thing, like, who would you want to take the last shot, Scottie Pippen or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, so then does that mean you have to go with Kawhi? You know, it's.
No, but it's like I don't know. It's
I mean, I agree with you. I definitely want Kawhi taking the last shot over Scottie Pippen.
yeah.
Fuck. It's like a conundrum. It's like a catch-22. I feel like I'm getting fucked no matter what. You know what I mean?
I feel like in a sense you're losing something by taking the other.
Yeah, it's like
And
I'm losing. I get 16 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals and a block essentially from Scottie. Like that's a solid game.
it is.
Kawhi's putting up this like 19 points, the same rebounds, 2 maybe 3 assists,
Yeah,
maybe 1.5 steals,
if that.
if that, and maybe a block. You
On,
know,
on on an average night, you're not gonna get that from Kawhi.
no, you
But
may
I'm,
get 20 something,
you
and he
know,
may bang the game winner.
yeah,
Now Scottie did hold down the fort that year that Jordan retired. I think let me pull up Scottie's best year. All right, Scottie's best season was 22 points in '94, uh, 8.7 rebounds per game, 7 assists a game, and then like 3 steals, 2.9 steals, and 1.2 blocks. Kawhi's best season points per game 27, 7.3 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 2.3 steals, and a block.
yeah,
Well, Kawhi's best year for assists was in 2021.
yeah.
So if he could keep doing that,
Well, 2020, 2021.
yeah, 2020, 21, if he could keep doing that when he
Those
comes
3
back and he
years.
finds to pass more, then I would feel more comfortable if his assist went up and the rebound stayed the same and the points. Then it's like, all right, this is easy. I'll take fucking Kawhi.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah. But at 31, how many years of that kind of playing does he have?
So the assists may go up, the rebounds may slightly go down, and the points. But even if the points are still going to go down, I don't think his points are going to go down. He knows how to score. He's already scoring at 19 points a game. If he plays another season where he's averaging 20, if he's dropping 22, the points are going to go up. So it may be slight down on the rebounds, a little bit more assists, and more points.
Yeah.
And the Clippers look like they could be, if Paul George, Kawhi, and that team's healthy, they could make a run at it in the West. They could be a sneaky fucking team. Can't sleep on that. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. No, I agree. Very formidable, if healthy.
Yes.
And essentially, if they get deeper, can compete with Golden State.
Yes. And if Golden State, I mean, they're just so fucking deep, man.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat them. And
Yep.
they don't even have to really like wow out during the season. Like they can go in the 6th seed. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Nope. They'll still pull it off somehow.
I would love to see Memphis, man. John Morant, and they add some more. I love this. I want to see them. I want to
do
see
too.
John Morant versus fucking Golden State. That would have been a great series if John Morant never got hurt.
Yep.
I think maybe
Bullshit ass
ultimately.
fucking injury.
I think maybe ultimately, Golden State still would have won, but it would have went 7.
Mm.
I mean, how's Dallas really going to look next year? They still got it. They don't really have. They just lost Brunson, so what are they going to be looking like?
Yeah. They at the moment they definitely look weaker. But
And if Kevin Durant really is like, they're like, yo, we're just not trading you, and he's like, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll play. You know what I mean, whatever. Brooklyn could still be a team to watch out for in the East.
yeah,
When you got Kyrie Irving, and if he's healthy, and you got Kevin Durant, and they got deeper from that trade for Harden, people better watch out. I mean, I know Kevin can't do it all by himself. That's why, he's throwing his little hissy fit.
right.
So, next year is we're going to see. I don't know if, I think Dallas will probably just squeeze in, I think I think the Pelicans will be better. It's going to be exciting next year to see. I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to see Jimmy in his new fucking hairdo.
Yeah.
His fucking dreads.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for fantasy and NFL news.
Yes,
That should be
sir.
fun. I have a lot to talk about. So, peace.